Hey guys, and welcome to episode 12 of Surg's single player survival series, season 1. I'm out here at my tree farm and it seems to have stopped. And that would be why. It no longer has a place to put any items. So we're going to have to deal with that first thing. So let's go inside, and we have a barrel there. And while a barrel's nice, it only holds 64 stacks. However, there is an item that we can make that's just like a barrel, only a little bit different. It's basically an upgrade. And so let me go ahead and pull what I need out here. And what we want to do is go ahead and make 2 barrels. And if I grab a hopper, basically what we can do is take 2 barrels, put a hopper in between, and now we make a large barrel. And it holds twice as much. So let's go out here, and I know this is going to make a huge mess, but go ahead and pick all of that up. And now what I can do is just go ahead and throw all of the wood in here. And I just have to make sure to try to grab it all. There we go. That should be all of it. And now this should start to clear out. Yeah, 64. So if we give it a second, once the apples start to clear out, you can see here it should start to hold more wood. There it goes. See, it's over 64 stacks now. And I think I'm going to have to do the same thing for the saplings. Now the nice thing is we have this barrel here. So I should be able to... You know what, let's go grab that other hopper that we have inside. And right here, hopper. So I have 1 barrel here and a hopper. So what I should be able to do is go ahead and grab this barrel with all the saplings in it. And yep, I did get it. Good. And let's go ahead and just put them together here and make the large barrel for saplings. Now this is only a temporary fix, really. But it's a much needed fix for right now. We'll have to find something else to do with all of this wood and saplings. So now we should be good for at least a little while. Apples don't look to be doing too bad. Now one thing that I've noticed, especially when I was clearing out some trees, is when I go and cut down a tree. Here, let me actually show you. Let's go find just a smaller tree, like this one. Watch how fast the leaves decay when I cut this down. Look at that. That is unusual. I don't think that's supposed to happen. I'm wondering if there's a mod that actually is doing that. And if anybody knows what it is, if you could let me know in the comments, because if possible, or if it's a config, if possible, I'd like to turn that off. It's nice when I'm clearing trees manually, right, to go and get all of the saplings and have everything decay really quickly. But when I'm running my tree farm, what's happening is it's making the leaves decay, and it's dropping saplings and apples all over the ground. And when that happens, my harvester here isn't picking them up. So they're not going into my barrels, which is creating a whole bunch of litter on the ground, and sometimes I'll see it when I come out here, and sometimes I won't. And so it will add a lot of lag to the area, on top of the fact that I'm losing out on resources. Speaking of resources, if we come inside, you can see I'm dangerously low on iron. Now, I have a good amount of redstone, and that's because, thanks to this little guy, I've been doing some mining. And basically what I've been doing is I went down to my mining area, and I can go ahead and show you down there. Let me get down there real quick. Okay, you can see I'm at Y level 12, and what I've been doing is most of this branch mining was done manually. But what I started to do was I set my turtle down and I told him to tunnel for 32 blocks. And so he'll just go all the way down. And then I'd go ahead and pick him back up and set him down and do another tunnel. Well, while he's doing that second tunnel, then I manually come through here and clean up the first one. So by the time I'm done with that, he's already finished with the second one. So I can go ahead and pick him up and put him down, a couple blocks away, and have him start on the next one. I'll clean that one up, the next one, and the next one. And some of this stuff I do leave, like the indium and the cadmium, and that's just because I don't have a need for it right now. Now this one, I don't think I cleaned this one up, did I? Yeah, I think I did. So I did clean this one up. Did I set him down? No. Okay, so basically, I had him dig out a bunch of these tunnels for me, and it makes mining a lot easier and a lot quicker. Because essentially it's like having two people mining. Now, if I wanted to, I could set down multiple turtles, but, by the time he's done with one tunnel, I'm cleaning up the last one. So it's not like extra turtles would really make a huge difference. That's still not grown. So we have our wood situation set up, and I have some ores here. But I've been doubling my ores with the macerator, but I think I can do better. There's a way that we can not really triple our ores, but maybe get 2.5 times. And it's from the same mod, IC2, and it's another machine. So we have our macerator, and we have our, where's electric furnace. But I want to add another machine in line, and that's the ore washing plant. And it's not too hard to make. We're going to need a couple of buckets, so we're going to have to use some of our iron, a basic machine casing, an electric motor. And that's something we haven't made before. So I'm going to need some of those coils that we have made before, a piece of iron, and some tin item casings. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get some of the basic parts together, and then we'll go ahead and put this together. Obviously I'm going to need a transformer upgrade because it only accepts 32 EU, so I'll make sure to get one of those too. Also, in my machines here, I've added quite a few overclockers, and when they're stacked up like this, you can see what they do together. So you can see here, just to run my macerator, I'm using 1,000% more power. So it's quite a bit, but if you look at Wayla, I'm still only using 21 EU per tick, so it's not too bad. My electric furnace, I'm using 400% more power, but remember my electric furnace is faster than my macerator anyway, so I didn't need as many overclockers. I do have a couple of overclockers here in my metal former, and I did have some in my canning machine while I was making more overclockers, but the nice thing about these is if I'm using a specific machine like the canning machine, I can always take them out of this machine, put them right into my canning machine and use them. So it's not a big deal. I'll go ahead and make those parts for our ore washing plant, and I'll be right back. So now I should have everything that I need to put this together. I have my buckets, I have my basic machine casing, and I have my iron plates. Let's go ahead and put these electric motors together. So first, I'm going to need 4 coils, because I'm going to need 2 electric motors. And I have my tin item casings and my iron, and so I should be able to make the 2 motors and the ore washing plant. So I have that. I have my transformer upgrade, and I should be able to grab a little bit of cabling here. And let's go ahead and throw the rest of it there. Looks like I had a little bit too much iron. I did have to macerate down 4 pieces of iron. Looks like I only needed 3. And what I want to do is I actually want to take away my furnace, because I'd like to put my ore washing plant right there. So let's go ahead and pick up my furnace, but before I do, I want to take out the upgrades. Pick up my furnace. Oh, okay. Or go downstairs to pick up my furnace. And now back upstairs. And I want to remove this cable here. And let's see, the metal former's right here. I kind of want to move the metal former too. And my canning machine now. And hopefully, okay. So it looks like it broke my wrench, but there's a reason that I wanted to move this machine. So let's go ahead and pick up these as well. And I just want to replace that. So let me get back upstairs here. And what I want to do is I want to have my, let's see, ore washing plant right here. And I'll go ahead and put the upgrade to eject into the top. So it will eject into the chest here. It's not going to eject directly into any machines. And next to the ore washing plant, I want to put the canning machine. So there we go, canning machine. And we need a transformer upgrade in that as well. And then I can go ahead and do my electric furnace and my metal former. How do I want to do this? Yeah, let's do electric furnace here, and then metal former here. And both of these need, obviously, their transformer upgrades. So we should be able to go back downstairs and hook it all up. And I'll just go just like, well, I guess I can't get out now. There we go. All hooked up. At least it should be. Let's just make sure that all of our machines have power. Yep, power, power. No power. Oh, I probably need to add one more. No, right there. And let me go ahead and sleep through the night real quick. And I want to fix this wall here. So let me go ahead and sleep through the night, and we have to adjust one more thing outside. And I want to grab one more stone brick, and I'm going to need a transfer pipe. So let's put this last stone brick right here. And you can see we're really starting to get cramped as far as space, because we still have more IC2 machines. So we may end up taking our thermal expansion machines and starting in this corner going this direction. But we'll figure it out. Outside here, I want to go and pick this up because it's no longer connected to the right machine. See right here? That's an electric furnace. That's a canning machine. And there's my ore washing plant. So let's go ahead and take my buckets here and get a little bit of water. And I don't have any... that's okay. What I can do is go ahead and just dig right down here. And go ahead and put water, and that should equalize there. And take my dirt, and what I want to do is put one piece of dirt there and put my transfer node down. And that way when I remove it, it'll go ahead and start filling up. And we don't need this infinite source here, we want it right here. And go ahead and hook it up to the canning machine, so that way my canning machine has water. But my ore washing plant also needs water, and that's why I wanted to move it. And there we go. So lots of water for both of them, all from this one liquid transfer node. And if we find that it's not fast enough, there are upgrades that we can put in this as well to speed it up. So let's go inside here. And I have my ejector module to automatically eject up here. And let's test it out. So if we put just a little bit of iron, because that's ultimately what we're the lowest on. If I go and put a little bit of iron in my macerator, you can see it runs nice and fast because of my overclockers. It'll go here into my ore washing plant, and what that'll give me once it runs, let's go ahead and put a couple overclockers in here. Let's see, that's using quite a bit of power. Yeah, see, that can't keep up. So unfortunately it's going to be a little bit slower, but let's only use 2. Yeah, I can probably deal with 2. It's gonna use my my power faster than I can create it, but that's okay. And there it goes, finished. And what it gives us is it gives us the purified crushed iron ore, which we can smelt up just as much as we can the macerated, the crushed iron ore. But it also gives us these tiny piles of iron dust. And I believe it gives us 2 per iron ore, or 2 per crushed iron ore when it purifies it. And what we can do with these tiny piles of iron dust is go right over to our crafting table and do just like that and get 1 more iron dust. So that means every now and then we're going to be able to turn some of these little piles into an actual another iron dust, and that'll smelt up into an ingot. Now I don't want to have to do this manually, so let's look at another item that we can use that'll help us with this. What I want is a machine from, should be factorization. Right here, the packager. It's really easy. It's a piston, a crafting table, and 2 iron, and just some cobblestone. So luckily we do have 2 iron here, I wonder if I have a piston. Doesn't look like I do, so I'm going to need one more iron for a piston. So let's just take this iron dust that we have. Actually, not the iron dust. Let's take the purified. Just a couple of them. So I'm right here in our electric furnace, and I'll put the extra overclockers that I have right here. Now I'm probably going to want to put a ejector module in here to get it out, but for right now it works. A little bit of cobble, and a little bit of wood, and some redstone. So first thing we're going to need is one piston, and then a crafting table, and packager. Now what this will do is, let's go ahead and just set down our packager right here for the time being. If I take these tiny piles of iron dust, and I go and I throw them in here, it'll go ahead and craft in a 3x3 or a 2x2 and create the iron dust. So that's an easy way to automate it, but I want it to be completely automated. So let's see if we set up our packager, say right here, and let's get a item duct, fluid duct, item duct, and a pneumatic servo. And what we can do is go ahead and set this up, and I don't want that one to connect right there. And we'll wrench this to output mode and go ahead and put in our pneumatic servo. And what I want to do is whitelist tiny piles of iron. And we want to use the OR dictionary. And I only want it to send, I wonder if I can do this. Nope. Yeah, it's kind of stupid about how many it's going to send. So let's just tell it to go ahead and send 9 at a time this way. And I'll tell it ignore redstone signal. Now it's not really going to be very smart about it. It's just going to pump as many as it has into this packager. And that's okay. What I can do though is I can set this up here. No, I really don't want to do that either. Well, I guess we could do it this way. And I am going to need another servo. I wonder if I have one. I do. So let's go ahead and put another servo in here, and I need more item ducts. And what are item ducts? Let's see, item ducts. Tin and lead. So 2 pieces of tin, 1 piece of lead. Couple more item ducts. And what we should be able to do is go right into the furnace here, but I want to be smart about what it puts in. So purified crushed iron is fine, and iron dust is fine too. Actually, anything coming out of the packager should be fine. Oop. Let's put that away. That's dangerous. So anything coming out of the packager is just fine. So I'll tell that to ignore redstone signal, and that should just pump whatever it creates right into the electric furnace. And here, what I want to do is go ahead and whitelist the purified iron. So it'll leave the stone in here. Actually, oh no, I don't want that. that went in before I set up the whitelist. There it goes. So it should leave the charcoal in here, and the stone dust too. I'll just put those in here for right now. And the iron dust, I'll just have to throw in manually. It's not a big deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and process all of my iron. And to do that, all I should have to do is throw it here in the macerator. And I'll be back when that's done. Actually, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and set that up, this system, to process the gold, silver, and lead as well. Now, the one thing that we have to worry about is when this packager fills up with, say, a couple pieces of tiny piles of iron, and it doesn't have enough to make a full dust. We're going to have to come in here manually and take that out. So it's not completely automated, but it's better than doing everything by hand, because at least then I don't have to worry about gathering up all the dust and going to a crafting table and putting them all together. The packager will do most of it for me. So I'm going to go ahead and sleep through the night, let that finish, and I'll be back. So I finished processing my iron, at least. Right now it's working on silver, and then it'll do gold and then lead. And it's using a lot of power. I even drained a good amount out of my advanced backpack just to keep this going. So I ended up having to take the overclockers out of my ore washing plant. Remember, like I said, the more overclockers you put in, the more power it's going to use, and it used so much that it was draining my power system. I would like to keep it running at a fairly decent pace, but unfortunately that's not something my current infrastructure can handle. And believe it or not, we're making about 2.5 stacks. From a full stack of ore, we'll make about 2.5 stacks of ingots. But believe it or not, there's a way to make even more with IC2. Unfortunately, we don't have the machines that we need to be able to set that up. We still need a couple more advanced machines, and maybe we'll get into that next episode. It all depends on how well I'm going to be able to do between this episode and next as far as mining. If you do enjoy my Horizons Let's Play, it shouldn't be going anywhere, but the problem that we've been having... Oh, my oil's out. I didn't drain that. Not yet. Anyway, the problem that we've been having is the server has been having some problems. So, we do have... I have contacted our server admin for it, and as soon as that's back up and running, then I will have my Horizons videos coming back up. But until things get straightened out with the server, unfortunately, we'll have to stick with just Monster for right now. It also looks like this is going to be a good wrapping up point. So I'm going to go ahead and let all of this finish processing. I'll probably do a little bit more mining. Maybe I'll be a little more selective on what I actually get, because I'm getting a good amount of silver and I have a decent amount of gold, mainly because I haven't been using that. I'm also getting a lot of coal and lapis, so maybe next episode we can think about a better way of storage. Because, I mean, even my miscellaneous blocks here, all the different types of stone and stuff like that is starting to really fill up. And I've had to start compressing the dirt and cobble that I'm getting, mainly because I cleared out that big area outside. And this is not for my building. I plan on doing different things for my building than I have in previous seasons. This is more for farming area and stuff like that. I hope you guys enjoyed, and with that, I will see you guys later.